Okay.
Hey, guess what? We have somebody run the camera today, so I don't have to do the run in, run out.
Well, but I like that. I like to be a little bit of the, intro and exit.
Yeah, Greg always wants to get the last word in.
That's not always true. What are we speaking about today?
Yeah, we're talking about our state legislature, I think.
Really?
Why
the
not?
Spineless jellyfish, right? On both sides of the aisle. They both had kind of opinion pieces. The Dayton Daily News wrote an opinion piece today.
Yeah, and they were
unnamed.
They're calling out the local Republicans and the state Senate for obstructionists.
Well, they suspended the tax thing, and they basically called them, spineless wimps, including Husted. But what do you expect?
Hey,
when you get handed everything from the Dayton business community, and you get a free pass from the Dayton Daily News until now, what do you expect? It's like passing a football star through school. Oh, he was a football star too.
Yeah,
all the way through school. They really don't learn anything. They don't do anything, but they look good doing it.
John's very convincing. He's so convincing he has a job that he never has to show up for with the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce, paying pretty good money.
Wait a second. Does the Chamber of Commerce do a job? They do a good job at running business out. I remember seeing Phil and Gail Littlejohn, as I keep saying, working out how to sell off the Dayton Public Schools a big load.
The Chamber gets all these awards nationally, but, what are they really doing for us? We seem to have all these other economic development people, and
well, they're economically developing other cities because that's where our businesses go.
I'm sorry, but you pay a lot of money into this chamber, and they have these meetings, and they do a little bit of stuff.
We were talking about legislature.
Okay.
Look at Strickland on the other side of the page.
So Strickland on the other side saying
he needs federal stimulus money because banks aren't loaning.
Well, he's saying that businesses aren't going to be able to grow without
lines of credit.
And he's thinking the Fed has to do it. I'm like, hey, screw that. Why don't we go direct to where all the money is anyways? Why don't we just let the Chinese open up banks in the United States and we solve the problem right away? We'd have liquidity in no time.
The only problem with
they already own us.
Strickland. The only problem with Strickland is maybe the banks are actually doing their job. Maybe I doubt it. They didn't do their jobs before.
They're tightening up credit now only to those who need it.
Well, only to those that maybe they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to get a return on investment. Well, I never could figure out how lending people that never could afford the house in the first place was a good return.
How do these banks get to loan money anyways when they don't have the capital to back it up in the first place?
Well,
that's...
Well, we're structurally bankrupt. Assuming we're not bankrupt. Strickland's assuming we're not bankrupt.
I have to play with real money. Bankers, the Fed...
you're not playing with real money.
They play with monopoly money.
Do you own your house?
I don't
own
anything.
And the city of Dayton owns your house.
I don't own anything.
As soon as you own it, they'll tax you to death on it. Why own anything? Because you're already owned by the ownership society.
At one point I did own my house.
Long story short is, Mr. Strickland, whatever he thinks, is maybe banks need to figure out whether there's a return on investment, whether we actually have a business climate that will allow manufacturing, and we can somewhat protect those jobs and somewhat do the job you're supposed to do.
Well, the thing is there's no incentive for banks to loan money.
Why not? They're borrowing at 1% and charging you 25% when you go out and charge your credit card. Why would they lend money other than the sheeple?
Hold on, exactly. See, when they can go and charge 25% on a credit
most
card,
bankers, because the last 10 years, they don't
shut up for a second.
They don't know what they're doing. They have no idea how to run a business, much like our legislature. They have no idea how to run a business. Therefore, what would they know about return on investment?
Can I make my point? Why would you bother lending a business, making a loan at 5 or 6%, which is, 5 points over prime? Why would you do that when you can make 25% on a credit card? I mean, we've made
It's all about profit. The capitalism is about profit. It's not about what's socially good for a great deal of people.
And socially good for a great deal of people is to put a cap on credit card rates because, I'm sorry, after 20%, you ain't ever paying it back.
Or to have a banker that knows what the heck a business is. No wonder it's like Strickland. He knows what a business is.
He has no clue.
Yeah, give him a thing and lead the flock.
Well, we don't have any other choice. We're going to have a choice of him or John Keich.
Oh, okay, so yes. Well, Fox News is going to help us get...
Lehman Brothers banker?
I mean, come on. It's just great. Well, that's... I tell you what, they offer a great deal of politics. They offer a great thing. Ohio's on its way to being Alabama. We voted for it, and we got it. Both the business community...
What's wrong with Alabama, Greg?
Well, nothing. They're going to be number one, aren't they?
Number one.
In football! Anyway, that's the, my rant for the day.
Well, we've got
we're already over time.
But hold on. We've got people in Columbus that aren't doing work for you, and we got to solve that. So, see you tomorrow.
Bye.